中的詹力衡同学，欢迎力衡。
Good morning. My name is Henry, and I'm a student at the affiliated high school of Zhengzhi University, 政大附中. It's a great pleasure to come and join World Animal Day today. And because it's World Animal Day, I would like to share my own perspective on the topic of animal rights. I have loved animals since I can remember. Like lots of little boys, I begged my mom to let me have a puppy when I was as young as 6 years old. Not being a dog person, her answer was always a solid no. Even worse, my parents are not the type of people to change their principles, so every time I asked them, the certainty of me not getting a puppy doubled, and then tripled, and on and on. My point is, I wasn't getting a dog. Eventually, I gave up my dream of having a pet. But in spite of that, my love of animals never lost. Whenever I see animals mistreated or without a place to live, like stray dogs or cats, I get upset for the whole day. As I grew, I realized that loving animals went beyond caring for stray pets. I saw a video of animals slaughtered in a slaughterhouse when I was in elementary school. And I couldn't believe that this is how our food was made. And I was so shocked and upset that this kind of thing happens in our world. My tears fell down as knives sliced bovine throats. And I could see the fear and helplessness in the eyes of the dying animals. I began to question myself. Is it moral to take an animal's life because we want a hamburger? Since childhood, we are taught that eating animals, using them for scientific experiments, wearing their leathers as our clothes, or exploiting them for our own entertainment in circuses and zoos is just fine. However, once I began to make the connection between living animal and the poor human treatment of them, I realized using animals for these reasons is the opposite of moral. How is it fair that we treat our pets so well while other animals are abused and slaughtered just for our amusement and appetites? And following this question, I asked myself what I can do to alleviate the suffering of the animals. I ask myself this often, to this day. I began to see groups advocating for the rights of animals when I was in middle school. In the West, animal rights have become a huge political issue. And in the UK and US, there have been many protests and rallies in the support of animal rights. Taiwan also held the first Animal Rights March in December of 2017. And yes, of course, I participated. As I stood up and marched for the animals, I felt a deep sense of fulfillment and justice in my heart, and it motivated me to continue to speak out for the animals as much and as often as I can. As such, I decided to set up a club in our high school. This year is the first year of our club, 政大附中动物权利传播社. Our purpose is the advancement and propagation of animal rights. We hope to influence our community by sending this message out. Animals should also have a right to live without suffering. And we are working on this by making short videos or giving public speeches like this one to let people notice the poor human treatment of animals in modern society. I know, it is hard for people to change from having seen one video or having heard one speech. But if we keep working and constantly repeat our message, things can and will change. I hope one day, humans and animals can live together peacefully and harmoniously, without fear and suffering, and that humans can see animals as friends and treat them with compassion. When that happens, my dream will have come true. Thank you all for your time, consideration, and your help in reaching my dream. And thank you for listening.